There is a bewildering variety of barware out there, from cocktail shakers to jiggers to muddlers, and that's before you even get to cocktail strainers. In this course, we're going to distill this down to only the most essential equipment you need before moving on to glassware and why you choose one shape over another. If you already have any cocktail equipment at home, it's probably this, a cocktail shaker. This particular model is known as a Cobbler shaker, or a 3-in-1, and that's because it breaks into 3 parts. You've got the base, the built-in strainer, and the cap. It's simple to use, very hard to break. It's made out of metal. Sometimes you get some plastic components as well, so it's very durable. It tends to be on the smaller side, so you can only make maybe 1, possibly 2 cocktails. But if you've got one of these already, you've already got what you need to make most cocktails. Now, if you mostly like stirred drinks, like martinis, Manhattans, old fashions, a mixing glass could be for you. If you have one of these, you'll need a bar spoon. Now, why would you need a bar spoon when you've already got a drawer full of regular spoons? Well, if you were to use a regular spoon, you'd mix it around like this, and you'd cause the ice cube to jostle around. And that's really what you don't want to do in a stirred drink. A stirred drink should be smooth and clear, and the way that you guarantee that is by using a bar spoon, using the proper technique. So to do that, you simply hold it almost like a pen. You put it in the crook of your fingers. Holding it this way, when you stir, will allow you to glide the spoon smoothly around the inside of the glass without any undue jostling. But the king of cocktail shakers is the Boston shaker, and you've probably seen it in a bar near you. It's made up of a pint glass, which is made of tempered glass, which makes it stronger, which means it won't break if you jostle it around, and a slightly larger tin. But it's a little bit bewildering how it might work, because it doesn't seem like it should seal, but I'll show you how it does. So you build your drink in the glass portion. I'm just using water for now. And then we fill it up with ice. And this is where the magic happens. We take the glass, we insert it into the tin, and you press it so that the glass is flush with one side of the tin. Give it a little tap, and as you can see, it creates a watertight seal. So, the hardest thing is actually breaking it, not sealing it. So to do that, you need to find the point about a quarter turn away from where the glass meets the tin. Give it a little tap, and the glass should come right out. Now we have to separate the cocktail from the ice. So to do that, you need a strainer. And here I've got a Hawthorne strainer. This is the most common type you'll find in bars, and actually it's super simple to use. It's a thin strip of metal with some holes across it and a spring. And this spring acts as an additional filter for any small particles of ice or herbs that might slip through the holes. And what you do is you simply place it on top of the tin, and the spring also acts as a brake. So as I depress it, only a small amount comes out, and as you release it, it increases the speed of the flow. You just give it a little snap to get all the cocktail out, and you're ready to enjoy it. You might also have seen one of these, which is a julep strainer. This was originally meant for mint juleps, but frankly, it's a little outdated now. And anything you can do with this, you can do with the Hawthorne strainer. Another thing that's nice to have, but absolutely not necessary, is a fine mesh strainer or a conical strainer. And this is used for capturing all the fine particles of ice or crushed up herbs that your strainer might have missed. Again, it's nice to have, but it's not absolutely necessary. We think the key to producing and reproducing excellent cocktails is accuracy. And to do that, you need a jigger. And this allows you to measure alcohol very quickly and easily. I like this model because it has gradations that are visible from above. We love to infuse fresh herbs and fruit into our drinks. And for that, you need a muddler, which is a stout stick. You want one that's really long, has a broad base for optimal crushing power. You place it into your glass or your shaker, and you just turn it around and try and squeeze out or express the oils contained therein. You might also see a muddler that has a jagged edge. Now, I much prefer the smooth edge variety. The teeth kind of tear up the herbs and don't really allow you to fully express its oils. Now, there's already a load of equipment that you've probably got in your own kitchen that's very useful for making cocktails. So let's look at those now. So lemons, limes, and oranges are at the center of many cocktails, and a press-style juicer like this will get you all the juice you need in a snap. Now, a squeeze bottle, definitely not necessary, but very nice for dispensing drinks such as simple syrup or citrus juice very quickly and easily and accurately. So I like to use a squeeze bottle whenever I'm filling up a jigger. This is a channel knife, and this is for creating long strips of citrus zest. And the way it works is you take the little divot in the back of the channel knife, you press it into a piece of lemon or a piece of orange, and you press it around, and it creates these long strands of citrus zest. Now, for my money, it's just not worth it. I'd much rather have a sharp vegetable peeler. You can simply shave off a thin strip of citrus zest, and because it's got a much greater surface area, because it's thinner, you'll get more access to the delicious oils inside. Now, what is the most common ingredient in a cocktail? Is it gin or vodka or whiskey? No, it's water. And that water normally comes from ice. So I like these rubber or silicone ice trays. They're about 1 inch. They're great for shaking. They look very nice in a long drink, such as a highball or a Tom Collins. And you don't really need one of these if you've already got a regular ice cube tray, but these just look a little bit nicer. The only type of ice I wouldn't recommend using for most cocktails is crushed ice. That's just because it melts too quickly, which could cause the drink to become over-diluted. If you're just starting up and wanting to build a bar with the bare essentials, what you need is a Boston shaker with a Hawthorne strainer, a bar spoon, and a jigger. And you can make pretty much any cocktail you like. A well-made cocktail is a thing of beauty. Not only should it smell, taste, and look good, but it should feel good when you're drinking it. And that's where glass selection comes in. Glasses can vary wildly, from the ultra versatile to the super specialized. We really want to focus on the first category. The most iconic of all glasses is probably the martini glass, the cocktail glass. It has a stem, a relatively small body, and straight sides, and it's most closely associated with martinis. You could also get a coupe, and this does basically the same thing, because it also has a stem and a relatively small body. Now, when people ask for a cocktail served up or straight up, they're talking about a drink served in one of these. Straight means without ice. These aren't very good for holding ice. You can spill your drink easily. And up because they're served up with a stem. And the stem allows you to hold the drink without your body heat warming up the drink. Now, in terms of size, you might have seen these enormous 15-ounce glasses. I would say go for one on the smaller side. There's an old cocktail saying, you should drink a cocktail fast while it's still laughing at you. I'm not quite sure what that means, but I do know that a cold martini is a lot more fun than a warm one. Next up, we have a Collins glass or a highball. And this is for long drinks. That is a drink that's served over ice and is normally topped up with seltzer or soda. For enjoying whiskey on the rocks, a rocks glass is for you. It's great for serving spirits over ice or whiskey-based cocktails like a Sazerac or an old-fashioned. If you're just going to buy one single glass, this is the one for you. Any drink served up can also be served down in one of these. It works very well for gin and tonics or vodka sodas, basically long drinks. And in a pinch, you could even use it as a wine glass. Now, those are really the core set of glasses you need for most cocktails. The rest, well, if money and space is no object, you can go wild. So we've got a pint glass here for beer cocktails like micheladas. If you like margaritas and you like them big, you can use a margarita glass. We've got hurricane glasses for frozen cocktails, glass mug for a hot toddy. Who would want a hot toddy in the middle of winter? If you like fun tiki-style drinks, you could get a tiki glass. And now for the super specialized. You've got a copper-plated mule mug for Moscow mules, or a julep tin for mint juleps. So as you can see, you can just really go wild. But as for the essentials, you really just need a cocktail glass, a highball, or a rocks glass. And the rocks glass can really do it all.
Thanks for watching America's Test Kitchen. What'd you think?
Well, leave a comment and let us know which recipes you're excited to make, or you can just say hello.
You can find links to today's recipes and reviews in the video description.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
See you later.
I'll see you later.